concern, of course, with the sector. But this can be a very dangerous provision. Because authorities with good contacts within service providers, telcos, can use these contacts to monitor. They can introduce gadgets into the system, and then the system can monitor certain cell phone numbers, for example. I know that some advanced intelligence agencies have that capability.
Human wireless. We don't have to attach any gadget.
Well, the best I understand, this was, but I'm talking of something that I learned maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know whether this is still the same. Where they can
pag mag-picture ka naman, wala mo ng flash, ha?
Identify some cell phone numbers and then penetrate the telco organization. And with the support of the telco organization, they can monitor people's cell phones.
Okay, that's it. That's a method where you attach a device to the lines.
That's right.
But as I understand it, now there are devices wala nang wireless.
No, it's not only now, but even before. You can have a gadget. Maybe you could buy it for a few 100,000 pesos. Which can monitor 20, 200 cell phones, even more, and even monitor someone's voice by voice identification. In other words, this will scan the cyberspace, and if your voice has an identification, it will immediately hone into that voice and monitor you. Even without in fact, if you try to prevent that by using a new SIM card every time, but that system can continue monitoring your voice. So
no one's from interference.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. But I think the example made by Congressman Golez is covered by the illegal interception, and they can be penalized. But what we're not, what we are accepting is
an officer of the provider
and
an employee of the provider being given almost like the warrant stacked into one element.
yes, Mr.
The
Chairman.
guys of mechanical or surveillance.
Mr. Chairman, I share Senator Trillane's concerns, and I believe the reason why this is coming out now is in previous versions of both the Senate and the House bill, this was drafted in a very unclear language. So even during the floor debates, these issues were not taken up because nobody could understand that section. When we requested that that particular section be redrafted in layman's language, lumabas na po talaga kung ano yung ibig sabihin. And now it becomes an objectionable point. I share this. Yes.
This is, this is similar to flagging a person. If a person, for example, is suspected of misusing the telephone system, let's say for telemarketing, illegal telemarketing, then they can start using this. But they can be very creative in citing reasons for this intervention to the detriment of a person's privacy. So it becomes almost discretionary on their part. Without warrant, they can make their own determination that this bunch of guys, some people may be misusing their telephone system, and they employ this. So I guess better to remove this.
So I think we're unanimous there on both sides. Remove this provides us with dangerous.
And anyway, Mr. Chairman, since it was specific illegal interception, we will just have to justify that
What authority?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, now that we have taken care of it, but I think it's still in number 2, illegal interception. You remember, Mr. Chairman, I think it was here in the Senate, the wiretapping hearings, where there was a suspicion that somebody was able to acquire a wiretapping device. Diba merong mga remember si, of the record lang, no? Yung kay, who's this Chinese Filipino, Rosebud, ngayon, tapos si Colonel somebody, merong mga, merong mga tape recording of conversations. And I understand that what was used was a device. So, how do we prevent this? Because these devices should be used only by the government, not by private citizens. I understand during that time, I don't know how it is now.
And under the War Statute, anti-war, get a course order. So he must produce, if he uses it for any purpose, whether in litigation or investigation, that person must justify his having access to the information on the basis of the court warrant. If he cannot prove that, he will be open to prosecution. Under anti-war, and even anti-cybercrime. Susan?
I would also just like to point out that the advances in technology is that previously you had to purchase this equipment and devices, but now you can already download those programs for free on the internet.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. In relation, in relation to what's being mentioned by Congressman Golez and Congressman it's provided here in Section 4, Paragraph 6B, and precisely we need to qualify the authorized testing. The word authorized should be more specific. What authority?
I think when we go to that.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, we would like to acknowledge also the presence of our colleague, the Honorable Rachel Arenas.
Yes. So we're through with the letter capital A and the 6 items enumerated, the 6 crimes enumerated there. Now we go to letter B.
Mr. Chairman, can I just hope?
Letter B, yeah. Computer-related offenses. Are you referring to that?
No, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to clarify what did we delete in paragraph 2?
The proviso, provided, however, that it's up to
Quality checks.
quality check.
Mr. Chairman, on number 3 and number 4.
We're back to
Yes, Mr. Chairman, after number 2.
data interference, system interference.
Yes, we'd like to propose that the House versions be adopted. The number 3, for example, on data interference, includes the introduction or transmission of viruses. So it gives additional definition to the term data interference. So this is where the issue of if you were to introduce a virus makes it illegal.
Okay.
The same with the number 4 on system interference, Mr. Chairman.
Accepted. I think the House